Disorder, welcome to the scene. You'll probably see something obscene. Disorder, welcome to the chance to blow this, throw this in the trash. Disorder is the debut album from visual K band The Gazette. The Gazettes are a band that have gained notoriety recently in the band's currently ongoing metalcore era. This might be a bit of a drastic shift from the band's punk roots when they started out in 2002, pumping out several EPs in a short amount of time that all culminated with the release of their first full-length album, Disorder, or Disorder. As with all my reviews, we're going to talk about the cover. Remember, this is no bearing join my opinion on the music. This is just for fun. Now, so the cover art features Jesus with the hands of a figure who I'm assuming is death around his neck. Now there's this really cool symbol in the background behind Death's head, but it's a thing of deja vu because I remember seeing this somewhere, but I'm not sure where, but I think it's really cool. And then the font of the band's name and the album title is a little different from the current logo the band uses. It looks more like tattoo art or something you'd see with the Motorcycle Gang and that sort of thing. And then there's like little dots around the circle. It's kind of a really simple cover. I mean, it is one that I would imagine that someone would probably have as a tattoo, not knowing that it's actually an album cover or something. But I do think it's overall a pretty good album cover. I'm feeling like a 7 out of 10 on the cover. I think it's a good cover. Disorder, unlike the rest of the Gazette's catalog, does not benefit from having directly polished production, as this is kind of an independently produced album. The value on here is much lower, which would be in line with the quality of the EPs and singles that came out prior. That is not to say that the band does not use this handicap as an advantage right from the intro track, which uses a combination of a hip-hop beat with the sound of an ambulance that leads in the opening song, and the most well-known song from this era of the Gazette, the Social Riot Machines. The Social Riot Machines is an aggressive, riot-fueled anthem by vocalist Rookie's aggressive and somewhat chaotic rant flow. The vocals on the song are improvised, as there's no lyrics to the song, and it's complemented well by background shout vocals. The vocals do indeed dominate the song with the Korn-esque instrumental to serve a great complement, adding a sense of urgency and uncertainty to the greater impact of the rant. The next song, Carrie, still has a bit of a bite of aggression, but uses the low production value to give the song a sound of a B horror movie, complete with the campy voice acting in the beginning of the song. Rookie's vocals during the verse work well for this, using a combination of fry vocals and whispering. During the bridge, Rookie lets out fast, frantic screams to help add to the desperation of the song. As for the instrumentation, Carrie itself has an overall punk groove to it, especially in the riffs and the chorus of the chorus. The melody of the chorus is infectious and the most catchy on the whole album. Carrie, oh Carrie, can you love such a me? Ah. Like the rest of the song, the chorus is sung in rather broken English. However, that's what makes this track inspired by the Misfits so enjoyable. Tokyo Shinjeru, or Lover's Suicide in Tokyo, is worth mentioning here as another song being inspired by the Misfits. While this song is not horror themed, it uses a similar storytelling narrative that the Misfits uses in their lyric writing. One more than likely needs an English translation, however, as the song is fully in Japanese, to tell the tragic story of a young couple struggling to get by after they move into Tokyo. Eventually, they get desperate to the point where they commit double suicide. The instrumentation is rather simplistic here, as the main focus is on the narrative and the lyrics, though it can put in a bit of flair, like the guitar melody to fade out the song. The low production value sometimes works against the album, though. With Hanakobata, or The Words of the Flower, the bass is mixed too loud to the point where it overshadows the guitar completely, though the strummings of the acoustic guitar itself is actually rather calming. Plus, on Zakurogata no Yutsu, or Pomegranate-Shaped Melancholy, the guitars and bass are mixed way too quiet, as the production style does not really do any favors for the jazz rock direction they were trying to go there. This song also showcases the album's other biggest problem, Rookie's inconsistency. Throughout their career, the Gazette have been unfairly compared to Dirt and Grey. However, here, that comparison is kind of warranted, as Rookie is trying very hard to emulate Dirt and Grey frontman Kyo quite a bit throughout this album's runtime. While he does a decent job at it, his vocals are very clearly straining. The track where imitating Kyo is the biggest offender is the cheesy SXDXR, which stands for Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll, with a rather unintentionally funny chorus with lyrics of "Its head can't be danced up, it's the rhythm of shit. Its head can't be danced up, it's the rocket of shit." It's also worth mentioning here, in SXDXR, the first verse has what quite a few people may not find to be in the best taste to relation with Kurt Cobain, to put it lightly. In relation to Rookie imitating, there's admittedly a spot on "Give it away, give it away, give it away now" from "Give It Away" by the Red Hot Chili Peppers impression during the bridge of the somewhat nu metal inspired Maximum Impulse, complete with a tongue roll. And all on one of the album's more heavier songs, there is a bit of a nice hard-hitting groove in it and the verses, and much like Social Riot Machines, uses a rant-like flow to them. However, unlike the latter, the song does have a bit of a breather in the form of a sing-along pop-punk inspired chorus. It's not just punk the Gazette do well on their debut. Even from day one, the band had a knack for creating compelling and interesting ballads. The final stretch of this album showcases this, starting with track 10, Shichekatsu Yoka, or July 8th. While its narrative is a sequel to the first song the band ever recorded, Wakamaru Michi, or Crossroads, which is about a couple who break up because their life goal is taking them in separate paths, and now here the girl has reached her goal. However, the boy does not, upon seeing her with another man, the boy realizes that she is no longer waiting for him to come back. The song stands well on its own. The lead guitar melody to open the track, while simplistic, is fantastic and sets the tone well. Speaking of the guitar, the open strumming with a dash of reverb on the lead guitar sounds clean, as the two guitars not only complement each other, but the bass as well in the verses. Furthermore, the guitar solo takes a melodic approach and uses rests rather effectively and time perfectly too, not being too long or too short that it feels abrupt or disjointed. Rookie also sounds strong here, as he's not forcing his voice or trying to emulate another vocalist. Rookie gives a strong performance on the closer, Saraba or Farewell too. While he is straining a little bit, he does add emotional weight to this bittersweet anti-war closer. The instrumental progresses on a feeling like a melancholic march, but there's also this feeling of moving a little closer to hope, as the song's root message is national pride for Japan. The chant of "An anti-war song, an anti-war song, an anti-war song, we keep singing together" near the climax of the song, while a bit on the nose, is delivered in such a heartfelt way that makes this bittersweet moment one of the more emotional moments in the whole Gazette's discography. While the Gazette would abandon this punk sound of the roots nearly completely, does not mean this style is a failed one. The Gazette, for the most part, knew that they were limited on what they could do effectively, on what could be fully realized in the mixing department, and as a result, this punk aesthetic works really greatly. The quote Rookie used to describe the hip-hop outro Disorder Heaven is not only the most relevant way to close out the album's theme of chaos. Disorder represents both emotional chaos and the need to create chaos, but it's one that perfectly encapsulates the current times. The world is ruled by chaos. And because the world is like a disorder heaven, we can't always have a happy ending. The chaos we live in is certainly disorder. And that is why I'm going to be giving Disorder by the Gazette an overall score of 7.5 out of 10, giving it a tier of great. And my favorite songs on this album were Social Riot Machines, Carry, Tokyo Senjeru, and Sabura. Let me know what you guys thought about the Gazette's debut album. in the comments down below. And I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this review. And I hope you all have a great day. Disorder, welcome to the scene. You'll probably see something obscene. Disorder, welcome to the chance. We put this in the trash. Disorder.